Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse One here. So I wanted to talk in this video. This is going to be, the video is going to be going up Wednesday at 3 o'clock. What I wanted to talk about in this video is if you have decided that you are bugging in, where this is more for people that are bugging in, especially, well, pretty much anywhere if you're bugging in. If you're in suburbia, if you own your home, it's not for apartment dwellers, but if you own your own home, be it in suburbia, country, wherever the case may be, and you've decided you're bugging in, okay? Now, OBSEC is very important. If you, obviously, you're not putting yourself out on YouTube, right, and letting everybody know your business, well, not all your business, but a lot of your business, you know, and you're trying to keep a low profile, you know, not letting your neighbors see you bringing in large amounts of food and supplies and those type of things. That's, you know, you want to do that kind of on a quiet. You can get the stuff that you need to get, but then, you know, after dark, you know, bring it in. Now listen, I lived in suburbia. I've lived, you know, in the city in houses, and there's always that nosy neighbor. You have that neighbor that wants to know everybody's business. They're always looking, they're always keeping an eye out, okay? You got to watch out for those type of people, obviously, because they want to know everything that's going on. So let's say you have a garden in your backyard and you have a rain catchment system. Those things are kind of hard to hide. So what you want to do is you want to kind of explain them away. Like solar panels would be another one. If you have solar panels, and you could say, well, you know, you want to try to explain those things away so that people don't get suspicious of what you're doing. So with solar panels, you could say, well, you know, I'm concerned about my footprint and I want to be as green as possible, if you're hooked up to the grid or not. So even if you're not hooked up to the grid and you have your own little battery bank and stuff like that, you can explain that away that way. The garden, you can say, well, you know, I'm worried about GMOs and I want to be as organic as possible. In the rain catchment that you have out there, you can say, well, I want to use that water, you know, rainwater for my garden, and not, you know, have the chlorinated water, because I read something about chlorinated water is not good for your garden. So, I mean, those things can be explained away to a degree. Another really good thing that you can do is a privacy fence in your backyard. You know, I know that when I lived in Charlotte, we had, you know, one of the first things we did is we put up a fence in the backyard. Now, we had dogs, and we wanted to make sure the dogs were in a secure area. We still had a garden and everything else as well, but it stops a lot of unnecessary people coming through your yard and that type of thing. So our entire backyard was fenced in for that reason. And again, it's privacy, and you can, you know, that's going to help. Now your house, you know, you're trying to, well, here was the thing. If you live in a state where you are legally allowed to carry, I would encourage you to let your neighbors go ahead and see you walking around with that gun on your hip. Let them see that. And the reason would be is they realize, especially after an SHTF event, that you're armed, that you're not an easy target, that your neighbors are going to say, hey, you know, those people over there, they carry, they got guns, you know, let's not mess with them. So that's just kind of a necessary thing to let people know that you're not going to be an easy target. Taking care of your doors, making sure your doors are secured. You know, like the regular doors now, all the lock does is it goes into the jamb, a couple of kicks and that door is open. It's more to cause attention for people to hear it, see it, and then they call the neighbors what's going on. If you're really looking to secure your door, you know, get the deadbolts that go well farther into there and right into the frame of the door itself. You can do that. You know, it's longer bolts, a lot harder to kick that door in. Now what you can also do is on the inside of your house, the inside door, you can take, you know, like a bar that when you're home, that you put that bar on the door. They also have a thing where now that you can, it's a bar that goes into the ground that locks into the door. and they can kick that door all day long, and that door is not going to come open because that bar is stopping it. So those are a couple ideas for your doors, making sure going with heavier doors, steel doors, making sure that it's not the easy to kick open type of door, that it's going to be much more difficult. Now your windows, what can you do with your windows? On the first floor, what you can do, somebody picks up a rock and throws it through your window, it's an easy access point to your house. You can do security bars on your lower windows to make sure that people can't just break in that way. Upper floor windows, they would have to get a ladder and try to come in there. Much easier to defend against people, trying to climb up in that type of situation. But you could also do blackout curtains, but blackout curtains are not going to let light in, and you can still throw a rock through that window if you need to. So having like the security bars is not a bad thing. Having the shutters that you can close from the inside, that close and it locks, and that way, in time of peace, if you will, people aren't going to realize that that you have that, and then when the time comes, you lock up those windows with the security things like that. That would work as well. So then I don't really want to have to live in a place where I have to have bars on my lower windows. That's just me. I get it, some places have to, but if you have security shutters, that is something that absolutely can work as well. So just some food for thought there. Be prepared is a good thing, but you don't want everybody and their brother knocking on your door or trying to get into your house when the time comes to get what you have. Keeping a low profile so that people can't tell that you're cooking and smelling that food cooking, and then they don't have food. They may still knock on your door looking for help. You got to be really, really careful. You got to be, the one thing that is obviously always going to be a danger is getting burned out. Somebody getting mad that you're not helping, and they know that you have stuff, and they will take and they will throw Molotov cocktail in there, and that's, I don't care how secure you have your house, if they're going to do that, that could be the end of your situation really, really quickly. So keeping a low profile, not letting people realize that you're doing okay when everybody else is not doing okay, that's going to be really important as well. So some food for thought. Make sure you're secure, keep a low profile. OBSEC is really important. Deflect, make sure you're deflecting, explaining away why you have the different things in your yard that you have. If you have the four-wheel drive vehicle that you don't use very much, and that's your bug-out vehicle, you can explain that away by saying, "Oh, we like to do off-grid stuff," and go and do that. So, there's a lot to it. There is absolutely a lot to it. So you just have to be smart. Like I said again, low profile if you can, and be as ready as you can. And when the time comes, deal with those situations. But if you're planning on bugging in, make sure your house is secure. Make sure there's not easy access ports to get into your house, like even basement windows. Now those I would absolutely put security bars on basement windows so that they couldn't get in, but you need to make sure you have ways to get out as well if you need to. So those are some things to think about. Definitely want to hear your feedback on this. I want to hear what you guys have to say. So I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you guys are having a great day. Remember, folks, we truly are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. As soon as we figure that one out, we're going to be in much, much better shape. Also remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life, so it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. Last but not least, STD. Step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to accomplish, whatever you're trying to do, you can do it. The only one stopping you from achieving those goals is you. That's it, nobody else. Stay positive, stay away from the negativity, and you're going to be just fine. I hope you all have a great day, and I will talk to you all later. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.